Welcome. In this class, we shall cover sampling with varying probabilities. In simple random sampling, we are selecting the units of the sample according to equal probabilities of selection. That means the chance of selecting any particular unit in any draw remains the same from draw to draw. But here we shall consider sampling with varying probabilities. That means the units they are selected at different draws, they have different probabilities of selection. Now the most fundamental sampling design basing upon this unequal probability sampling is the probability proportional to size sampling. That means the probability of selecting any unit in the sample is proportional to the size of the units. So some size of the measure. So for example, in an agricultural survey, we are estimating the yield of a certain crop in different villages of a district. So size measure here the area under the crop in different villages. So this area under the crop here is the auxiliary information which is used for the selection of different units into the sample. So since the area of these units or the size of the units is not same, it varies from one unit to another, and the probabilities are proportional to these sizes. So units are selected according to different probabilities. So that is why it is called as probability proportional to size sampling, PPS sampling, and it is an unequal probability sampling. Now, why we consider the size? What is the advantage in considering the size of the units for this unequal probability sampling? Now let us see. Consider a finite population with n units, capital N number of units, labeled as I equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 up to n, and Pi, capital Pi, is the probability of selecting ith unit of the population using PPS with replacement sampling scheme, probability proportional to size with replacement. So with replacement means once we select any unit at a draw, it is replaced again into the population before the next drawing is made. So that means total number of units available for selection before each draw in order to select a sample remains same from draw to draw. So Pi is the probability of selecting ith unit of the population, and since probability is proportional to the size, so Pi is proportional to Xi. Xi is the size of the ith unit of the population. So Pi equal to some constant k into Xi, where, and if you take the summation over 1 to n in both sides, summation I equal to 1 to n Pi equal to k, summation I equal to 1 to n Xi. Since the total probability is equal to 1, so left side becomes 1 and right side summation I equal to 1 to xi, this becomes the total size of the x values, total size. So 1 equal to k into x. So this implies k equal to 1 by x. So putting k equal to 1 by x here in this equation, so this is pi equal to xi by x. So probability of selecting ith unit is equal to xi, size of the ith unit, divided by total size. If we consider a population with n values, p equal to n values, these are the units u1, u2, un with n distinct and identifiable units, and x1, x2, xn be their sizes respectively. We can select PPS with replacement sample by using two methods. One is the cumulative total method suggested by Murthy. M.N. Murthy is a famous in sampling. He has written a book also, M.N. Murthy. The other one method is due to the Lahiri's method. It is based upon selecting a pair of random numbers. Now let us know what is Murthy's method or cumulative total method. So it involves different steps. So in the first step, we have to consider the size of different units, that is x1, x2, x3, xn. I am writing here the capital letters. x1, it is the size of the first unit, x2 size of the second unit, similarly xn is the size of the nth unit. In second step, I have to calculate the cumulative totals. Cumulative totals, just like cumulative frequency, I calculate the cumulative totals. So for the first unit, the size is x1. So cumulative total for the first unit, that is s1 equal to x1 itself. Like this you can see this table. The second unit size is x2. So cumulative total is s2 equal to x1 plus x2. For the third unit s3, x1 plus x2 plus x3. For the ith unit x1 plus x2 plus up to xi, and nth unit x1 plus x2 plus up to xn, that is x total size. So this table, this is based upon the cumulative totals of the sizes. So now in the next step, step 3, we have to select a random number r from 1 to x or 1 to sn, total size. Let this random number be denoted as r. You can use any random number table. Then we select ith unit of the population if r lies between si minus 1 to si. Si minus 1, the cumulative total up to I minus of the I minus 1th unit, and si cumulative total of the for the ith unit with s0 equal to 0. So here, if our random number r lies between si minus 1 to si, then we select the ith unit and we repeat this step of selecting the random number until we get n units, small n number of units as in the sample. So in this method, you can see the random number r. For the first unit x1, I am assigning how many values? I am assigning the values 1 to x1 for this first unit. For the second unit, I am assigning x1 plus 1 to x1 plus x2. This is for the second unit. For the third unit, x1 plus x2 plus 1 up to x1 plus x2 plus x3. So like this. So this is the way we can select a random sample, that is a PPS with replacement sample using cumulative total method from the population. Now the second method is Lahiri's method. It is based upon selecting a pair of random numbers. So what we can see in this cumulative total method, if the number of units is very large, it is very difficult to calculate the cumulative totals of the sizes. So to avoid this difficulty, Lahiri suggested a method which is based upon the selecting the pair of random numbers. Instead of selecting only one random number, here we are selecting a pair of random numbers I and j. Two random numbers. I is a random number, j is a random number, such that I lies between 1 and 2 capital N. N is the size of the population, the number of units of the population, and j lies between 1 to m, capital M. What is capital M? M is the maximum of the units, maximum of the sizes of n units of the population. So in the previous method, we are selecting a random number which is in between 1 to total size, all for all n units. But here we are only selecting a random number from 1 to maximum of n units, 1 to m. So m is the maximum size of these n units. So we are selecting a random number from 1 to maximum size measure, that is m. So we have two random numbers, one is I, another is j. We are selecting ith unit if j less than equal to xi. If this condition j less than equal to xi, this condition is not satisfied, we reject that pair of random number and select a fresh one. Now both these methods satisfy the property that the probability of selection is in accordance with the proportional to size measure. We have to find an estimate of the sample mean and its variance. In equal probability sampling, after selecting the sample mean gives an unbiased estimate of the population mean. That means expectation of small y bar equal to capital Y bar. But this is not the case in case of PPS with replacement sample. Once we select the sample units, for each variable we have to define a new variable z such that zi equal to yi by n into pi. Zi equal to yi by n, n is the total size of the population, into pi. This is for I equal to 1 to n, all the units. So that Zn bar, the units those who are selected only, for those units Zn bar equal to 1 by n small n, I equal to 1 to n, Zi. So expectation of Zi equal to, this is summation I equal to 1 to n pi into Zi, because pi is the probability of selecting the ith unit, pi into Zi, that is equal to Z bar. So pi into Zi, Zi is y equal to Zi equal to yi by npi. So pi into yi by npi. So pi will cancel out. 1 by n will go out of the summation sign. So this will be capital Y bar. So Zi gives an unbiased estimate of the population mean Y bar. So if you take the mean expectation of Zn bar, 1 by summation 1 by small n summation over I Zi, so that will be also equal to Y bar. So Zn bar gives an unbiased estimate of the population mean. Now we have to find the variance. Now variance of a random variable x is expectation of x square minus expectation of x whole square. Similarly, variance of Zn bar equal to expectation of Zn bar square minus expectation of Zn bar whole square. So we define a variable z, that is zi equal to yi by npi, so that the sample mean of the z variable Zn bar equal to 1 by n summation over zi. Now we consider expectation of zi equal to summation I equal to 1 to n probability into random variable pi into zi, pi equal into zi yi by npi. So pi will cancel out, 1 by n summation I equal to 1 to n pi. So this is nothing but the capital Y bar, that is the population mean. So small zi gives an unbiased estimate of the population mean Y bar. That means the sample mean of the n variables, z variables, that is Zn bar, gives an unbiased estimate of the population mean Y bar. Now in order to obtain the sampling variance, variance of Zn bar equal to expectation of Zn bar square minus expectation of Zn bar whole square. So expectation of 1 by n I equal to 1 to n zi whole square minus z bar square. So here we split into two parts. This is square, this is the square part, and this is the cross product. A plus b whole square equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab. So this is the square terms, a square plus b square. This is the term 2ab. Zi into zz, zz into zi. That is this. So that is why it is 2 times I not equal to j from 1 to n. So now this is 1 by n square, I equal to 1 to n, and this gives summation I equal to 1 to n pi zi square, expectation of zi square, random variable into its probability. So we can simplify like this, and this is the variance of Zn bar that we obtain, pi zi into pi whole into zi minus z bar whole square. So variance of Zn bar equal to sigma square by n, where sigma z square we are writing summation I equal to 1 to n pi into zi minus z bar whole square. So in case of PPS with replacement sample, the sample mean is an unbiased estimate of the population mean, and its variance is equal to sigma z square by n, where sigma z square is equal to this much, I equal to 1 to n pi into zi minus z bar, and n is the sample size. So as this is, here we can see n is in the denominator, small n. So as the sample size increases, this variance decreases, we get, that means we get the estimates with more precision. So when all the selection probabilities P1, P2 up to Pn, they are equal, and all of them are equal to 1 by capital N, then this probability PPS with replace converted to simple random sampling with replace. Now here we have to find the unbiased estimate of the variance of the sample mean. So this is sigma z square. Likewise, we define small s z square for the sample 1 by n minus 1 I equal to 1 to n zi minus zn bar whole square. We now it simplify just like we were doing in simple random sampling without replacement scheme. So by this we can get expectation of small sz square equal to sigma z square. So an unbiased estimate of the sigma z square is given by sz square. So the unbiased estimate of the population variance is equal to sz square by n, where sz equal to 1 by n minus 1 into summation I equal to 1 to capital N Zi minus Z bar whole square. So now unbiased estimate of the population variance is equal to this 1 by n into n minus 1 into n square whole into summation I equal to 1 to n yi by pi whole square minus n y bar square. So this is the variance of mean of the sample in case of PPS with replacement sampling scheme. Now in with replacement sampling scheme, since we are replacing the units in the population before any given draw, the total number of units remains same in all the draws, which makes the PPS with replacement scheme little bit easier. But if we consider without replacement scheme, here once a unit is selected from the population with unequal probabilities, it is kept away. That means it is not replaced into the population before the next drawing is made. It remains outside forever. So it is probability proportional to size without replacement scheme. So since once a unit is selected at any draw, we are not replacing it back into the population. For each subsequent draws, the number of units of the population decreases by 1. So the selection probabilities that changes from draw to draw. So in order to select a PPS without replacement sample, we have to consider the order of selection of the units. So let PI denote the probability of selecting ith unit of the population. So that summation I equal to 1 to n is equal to PI. So sum over all the probabilities, that is equal to 1. That is why it is the probability distribution. So clearly for the first draw, Pi1 equal to P1, I equal to 1 to n. Probability of selecting any given unit is proportional to Pi. This is for the first draw, Pi1 equal to Pi. Now for the second draw, probability of selecting ith unit in the second draw, so this is equal to Pi2, I2 subscript. So probability that we are selecting ith unit in the second draw. So ith unit is available for the second draw if it is not selected in the first draw. So this probability Pi2, that is equal to probability that ith unit yi is not selected at the first draw but selected in the second draw. So this probability equal to probability ith unit yi is not selected at the first draw into probability of selection of ith unit in the second draw. So here I equal to 1 to n, probability j equal to 1 to n, j not equal to I, probability j not equal to I is selected at the first draw. That means we are not getting ith unit in the first draw, but we are getting ith unit in the second draw. So we are selecting some other unit in the first draw, that is jth unit, not equal to I. And to probability that yi is selected in the second draw, given some other unit yj not equal to I is selected in the first draw. So probability of selecting jth unit in the first draw is Pj, and this is the conditional probability that probability of selecting any unit in the second draw, given that yi is not selected in the first draw. So this is pj into pi by 1 minus pj. pj into pi. pj, probability of selecting jth unit as the first draw, pj, and this is probability of selecting and the second draw, this is pi, known that some other unit, jth unit is selected in the first draw, it is not selected in the second draw. So for the second draw, this is pi by 1 minus pj. So this sum equal to j not equal to I equal to 1 to n pi pj by 1 minus pj. So here we are adding all the terms except the ith term. So we are considering this j equal to 1 to n, all the terms minus ith term. So this sum of all the terms becomes equal to s. We denote this term by s. So s minus pi by 1 minus pi into pi. So this is pi2. Now similarly pi3, pi4, these formulas, they are becoming complicated once the number of units we are selecting becomes more. So this puts a limitation of using probability proportional to sampling without replacements. That is why PPS with replacement is better to use. And later on we shall see PPS with replacement sampling also give a more precise result than PPS without replacement scheme. This is just reverse of the simple random sampling. In simple random sampling, we have studied that simple random sampling without replacement scheme gives a better estimate or more precise estimate than simple random sampling with replacement. But here in unequal probability sampling case, the unequal probability sampling with replacement is better than the unequal probability sampling without replacement sampling scheme. Now here in without replacement sampling scheme, so probability of selecting any particular unit, it depends upon the draw in which it is selected. That means the probability of selecting any unit is dependent upon the number of draws available to that unit. So there are some estimates which are based upon this, where the estimates are based upon the ordering of the selection of the units. The estimates are called as the ordered estimates. And there are some other kind of estimates that we can develop. They do not depend upon their order of their selection. That is why they are called as unordered estimate. So we have two types of estimates. One is the ordered estimate, another is the unordered estimate. Both of them are based upon the process of selection. Now first case, let us consider the ordered estimate first suggested how we find an ordered estimate. Now let us consider this for the sample size of 2 and suggested by Desraj. So that is why it is called as the Desraj's ordered estimate. So here we are selecting only 2 units in our sample, because then we shall generalize in subsequently or any number of sample units to be selected, any sample size. Now first consider the sample size n equal to 2. Now since we are selecting 2 units, we have to, with replacement scheme, we have to make 2 draws. Let P1 and P2 be the units of selecting This be the probability of selecting a unit in the first drop and another unit in the second drop. P1 and P1, P2 be their initial probabilities of selection. We have Z1 equal to yn 1 by np1 and Z2 we define 1 by n y1 plus y2 1 minus p1 by p2. So that expectation of Z1 equal to y1 bar and expectation of Z2 also equal to y bar. Expectation of Z1 equal to y bar, expectation of Z2 equal to y bar. So in the previous case, where the probability is proportional to size with replacement, Z1 equal to y1 by np1, Z2 equal to y2 by np2, Z3 equal to y3 by np3. So defining Z1, Z2, Z3 are easy. So here Z1 is equal to y1 by n, yi by npi. This is for the first case, yn by np1, and expectation of Z2 Z equal to, so Z2 expectation of Z2 also equal to y bar. So expectation of Z1 equal to y bar, expectation of Z2 equal to y bar. So if you take expectation of Z1 plus Z2 by 2, that is also equal to y bar. That means here also the sample mean is an unbiased estimate of the population mean. Only difference is here the units are selected according to probability proportional to size but without replacement. So that is why Z1 and Z2 are taken differently. Z1 is taken as y1 by np1, Z2 is defined in the separate way. So now expectation of Z2 bar, that is equal to y bar. So Z2 bar gives an unbiased estimate of the population mean, and variance of Z2 equal to expectation of Z2 bar square minus expectation of Z2 bar where whole square, minus this y bar square. Now we proceed on simplification of this. So this becomes equal to, this must see the complication of this expression. When we are only selecting a sample of size 2, it becomes more complicated for sample size 3, 4 and n number of units in the sample. So this puts a limitation in using the simple random probability proportional to size without replacement sampling scheme. Now we find the unbiased estimate of the sampling variance as like this. Now the estimated variance, this is 1 minus p1 whole square by 4n square to y1 by p1 minus y2 by p2 whole square. And the second method is Desargues ordered estimator. This is we are considering samples of size 2. Here we define Z1 equal to y1 by np1 and Z2 equal to 1 by n y1 plus y2 up to the previous unit n minus 1 and into here we define Z1 and Z2 in this way, equation 26 and 27. So that expectation of Z1 equal to y bar, expectation of Z2 equal to also y bar. Now Zn bar equal to y1 Z1 plus Z2 by 2, and this gives An unbiased estimate of the population, the y square is this, estimated y square is this, and this is the variance. So this is nothing but the ordered estimate. Thank you.